I don't know how my phone got disconnected, but we reconnected. Back to what I was saying before. I know I'm on to something, and you got everything else trying to distract you. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Take a hold of that distraction right there. There you go. Now it can't become a distraction right here. Oh, let me get that. God damn. What happened to that house? Look like a barbecue happened behind there. Golly. Look at Toaster Strudel Central back there. Like I was saying before though, you know, um, like we was having our conversation before about these AI computer generated babies right here. Nobody likes to talk about them, but we're gonna get to talking about them. There are a lot of consciousness that were created with artificial ingredients. Lots, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. This is why certain industries they want to now get rid of artificial ingredients because they starting to realize like, damn, this shit really has an effect on the people. Right. This artificial intelligence stuff just don't start from, oh, okay, you get up, you start eating, and then you start becoming an artificial intelligence. No, the artificial intelligence starts in the time of creation, right there inside that womb, right there. Oh, think about it. Think about it. Whole line of people, whole mind of people, right? The womb, is the holder to the baby. Okay. So when it comes to the baby's mind and the body, dad is holding the information and data that's being transferred from mother, right, through the umbilical cord, now to the child. Now the child, right, doesn't know that it's being created artificially. It doesn't know that. It does not know that. But the artificial information and data, right, that the mother is transferring to the child is only making the technology of the mind into an artificial creation. That's it. The intelligence of it is not real. That's why the mind is not real. It all has everything to do with the beginning. Like I always say all the time, what you what you fed your child is basically how you created them. It's just like much as when you have a what I was going to talk about earlier. It's the same thing, but just giving you a different point of view. It's just as much as people say, you have a plant that's natural, right? You can have a baby that's natural, right? You can have a baby that's either natural or created artificially, based on the artificial intelligence or natural intelligence that the mother received, now downloaded in her, right? Now transferred to the child. That's what you got to understand. If you don't understand that type of information and data, this is not the conversation for everyone. Just being honest. You got to understand wherever that she's projecting upon herself is what's going to be projected upon the child. Whatever she receives is what the child receives. Got it? The program is, right? Whatever she becomes, everybody else becomes. No. Think God gonna allow AI intelligence to consume the whole earth, and then after that, nothing is supposed to happen, and then people just supposed to be like this? Hell no. Anyone can see that. No, it's not natural. And then if they don't if they don't come from a natural resource, right, then that's not a natural being. Give a fuck about no human program. You can make people's conscious believe into a human program. It doesn't mean that they're actually human beings, though. Right. Because how they're just human beings, right? That's what you label them. But when it comes down to the intelligence, right, it comes down to either natural intelligence or artificial intelligence. Which one are the people installing? Because that's what they're becoming. It's kind of funny to me. Out of nowhere, AI can teach you quicker than actual a person. Right. So in order for your mind to accept an AI of a teacher, then the technology of your mind has to be completely conformed to just strictly being AI. Thank you. It's very easy like. If you install a system, always understand that the technology of the mother, right, she's going to project the information and data from her now to her baby. The umbilical cord is going to receive the information and data. Now transfer the information and data. When the information and data is transferred to the child is going to download the information and data. This is why when I say download, holding, right, storing, right, they all refer to the same within each other. Why? Because they deal within functionality. You understand? I'm telling you the functions of the inner system that you are in. You're looking at the outer system, and then the outer system is going to make you lost within your inner system. You understand? So, what I can simply say, that's what's being created within the womb, how minds are being created to be an artificial intelligence. I can see how this is being done. And this is being done purposely. This is not no situation where it's like, oh, people are lost, people are brainwashed. No, people know exactly what they are doing. This is why there's so much of a fight in a race, right? In order to race into an artificial system. Thank you. This is why people fight for the system. It ain't no, they're brainwashed. These people know exactly what they're doing, bro, 100%. These people play like they don't know what they're doing, but they know exactly what they're doing, bro. Live in a world, we lost. How you lost if this is the second time they done this? Thank you. How you lost? Okay, then. The magic tricks ain't working on us. The trigonometry is not working. You understand? All right. Shit is brazy tech out here. A lot of y'all was created artificial babies. That's what y'all was created to be. Uh-huh. And now somebody talking about your asses, right? Oh, this, that, and the third. Nah, 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 nah. This is what I'm gonna be talking about for a minute. I'm about to extract so much information and data out this shit. It's gonna be ridiculous. Uh-huh. Conscious is created to be artificial. Now think about that. You got a whole industry of information and data that people call food, and you telling me the only informational source that you selected from was an artificial information and data source? That means that you was trying to create the mind to be artificial. This is done on purpose. This is not no, oh, I was confused. Nobody didn't teach me in the hood. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not trying to hear that shit. They all signed up for this program. And it starts right there inside the womb, right there. You're telling me this is not a form of selling your own kind out by giving them artificial information and data in order to integrate the technology of the mind into a artificial system. Thank you. You can't tell me it's not being done purposely. How is it not being done purposely? How? Prove to me it's not being done purposely. Because I'm watching it before my very eyes. That people are being created artificially in front of us. And oh, it's normal. No, that's not normal. It's normal to be AI. Ah, that shit not natural. It's just as much as when people say, "Oh, an industry plant, not a real plant." Then shit. If that's true, let me add on to your knowledge right here. Then someone that was created with an artificial source of information and data, now downloaded in the technology and the hardware of their vessel, now downloaded inside the hardware of their minds, and then they are born as an AI. Fuck wrong with you? Don't play with me. Fuck wrong with you? Yeah, know they tech, motherfucker. They don't like me. They know this. Oh, this motherfucker, he get blitzy with your shit. The fuck? How you pull that out? It's right here. Fuck you mean how I pull that out? It's right here. Yeah. Uh-huh. Artificial created beings, ain't that? With some artificial information and data. Now think about it. Setups. Why would someone create what, right? artificial ingredients. Artificial ingredients come down to artificial information and data. Okay? And A, okay, A, what that stand for? And what that stand for? Artificial. The I stand for what? Ingredients. AI, motherfucker. In front of your face, motherfucker. Do you understand? Now, the hardware of your vessel is downloading that information and data. You understand? I don't care about them telling you about some, oh, you just got a body. No, 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 no. It's more than just a body, okay? Because what happened was based on the information and data, right, of what people are projecting today, that's an artificial intelligence. Thank you. That's artificial. You telling me you just got a body? How is that hardware? How's it not hardware? You telling me you can eat from an informational source, right? Pay attention to the tech. You can eat from an informational source, right? That you call food, but the food that you're eating has nothing to do with your vitamin code system or mineral code system. So the technology, right, of what you're installing is not hacking your mind. How's it not hacking your mind if it keeps you in the same loop of that same information and data? Setups. Huh? Huh? Uh. Hold on. How is it not? Come on, people. Open up your fucking eyes. They just don't want to smell that coffee right there. They ain't got to smell that coffee. They can stay inside that artificial intelligent robot that they in. Yeah, I'm just going to reveal you motherfuckers. Put the spotlight on them, big bro. I got them right here. Put the spotlight out on them. There you go. Talking about something. There's no artificial babies created here. Yes, it is. Fuck you talking about it ain't. The mother over here eating artificial ingredients. Right. Now transferring the hardware of her vessel. Right. Where she's the holder of artificial information and data. Now project it to her child through the umbilical cord. The umbilical cord is an ability cord that gives you the abilities, information and data. Right. Informs the technology of the mind in order to give it a new mind state or a new update. Thank you. In order for the technology of the body to do something different. Thank you. So with that being said, right? If you can't understand, you know what I'm saying? That's on your mind frame. That ain't got nothing to do with my mind frame. Do you understand that? Okay. So 9 months right here, right? That baby is being projected information and data. The baby is also holding the information to that data. That baby didn't ask for you to create it to be artificial intelligent. That baby didn't ask it for that. It sure didn't ask for that. Did it tell you, yes, mommy, only give me artificial ingredients as mommy? No, it did not tell you that. So why are you projecting it upon your child? Huh? I don't want to listen to the father. Oh, of course you don't want to listen to the father. Because it's going to make the baby what? Natural. So you want those artificial created babies. Ain't that right? Uh-huh. Caught that ass again, didn't I? Mhm. Wonder why everybody like all this AI stuff. I'm not saying there's something wrong with AI. It's just the how it's being used, baby. Thank you. Thank you. It's how you use the shit. It's just like a weapon. Are you using it right in order to protect something, or are you just using it for nonsense? Thank you. Look like people using AI for nonsense. 9 months inside the womb right here. Then after they talking about some, oh, the mind is not created to be artificial. How is the mind not created to be artificial? How is it not? How? If the information and data that's being projected in the mind from the mother now to the baby, it's all artificial. What you talking about? You don't think that artificial information and data has something to do with the mind of creation? Yes, it does. Birth defects, all this other shit. Self-disrespect, ain't it? That's the most disrespectful world I've ever been in. Shit is brazen. Next bleep. I ain't even trying to hop in there. Nope. Shit, I ain't coming here to be believed in. Ain't that right? Hell no. Just came here to give off a message, like, you know what I'm saying? Right here. Shit. They better know that. You know what, bro? Like, he always gonna tell you, like, you don't have to believe in nothing I say, right? Oh, no, you don't have to believe none of this shit true. I don't give a fuck, right? I don't give a fuck. I think some people think I came here for this world for that. Oh, you want everybody to follow you. Hell no. Hell no. I get more intelligence when you don't. Hell yeah. Like I always say to a person, when you say believe, always remember when you spell it out, the first word you get is be lie, okay? All right, I ain't trying to convince your ass. I'm showing you what's in front of you in real time that you can honestly say, no, that's true. There's artificial ingredients. It's just how it's being put together. The average person can't put the dots together like that. See, the average person, they go inside of a store and they looking at it like, okay, this is a food store. I'm not looking at it as a food store. I'm looking at the store of information and data. Thank you. That's how I'm looking at it as. Okay? So if you can't look at it from that point of view, I understand. That may not be an intelligence that you can accept right now. I understand that. I get it. But what you have to understand is that when you go inside the store, it stores two informational sources. There's only two. There's a natural form of information and data, and there's an artificially form of information and data. Which one do you select when you go inside the store? Because that lets me know the information and data that the hardware of your vessel is storing. Do you understand? Okay, shit is easy like this. Shit ain't hard. Fuck, everybody just eating one word, but that's a lie because on a simple fact, once you go past that one word called food, you start understanding like, hold on, these got ingredients. Yeah, the ingredients come down to the information sources that the technology of the bodies are receiving and holding. Setups. You're not in the same dimension of consciousness y'all from. Okay? All right. You can never get this type of information and data by using the information and data of the third dimension. You can only speak about the third dimension. That's it. All right. So that's not going to get you to the truth. That's just going to conceal the mind into the third dimension and keep it and hold it within the third dimension of information and data. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, shit, if that's the way how people conscious is, you gotta always understand. It's just like someone simply telling you there's higher dimension of consciousness. Yeah, but what you gotta understand is that 90% of people are probably less than that, right? 90% of people, right, keep their consciousness, the mind, within the third dimension. Let me show you the setup. The setup is that when you go inside the store, Walmart, Targets, Walmart, Targets, HEB, whatever that you want to choose, right? When you go inside those stores, always understand that you choose the information and data that you want to download in the hardware of your vessel. That's your choice. But you should ask, why do they have two separate information sources? Why are they doing that? That doesn't make sense. If everyone is one word, human, right? Why is it that certain so-called humans only eat from natural information sources? Why is that? And then that certain humans eat from information source that is artificial. Why is that? Now, when it comes to intelligence of produce, right, and artificial information and data, does this have an effect on the technology of the minds today? Thank you. Why you think people reject someone else, right? That they think is something. Pay attention to the data. Based on how I present myself, your mind is predictable. You would simply say this is a black man with locks. This is not a black man with locks based on the intelligence that's in his mind. The intelligence of his mind understands that how can I identify as AI when the technology of my DNA that synchronizes and holds the information and data of inner self identifies totally different from what the world is on the outside of me. Okay then. You're trying to put me in the third dimension of consciousness. And higher consciousness understand that no, he's right. Because if the body is the hardware and the food that we eat is the software, then the software is what makes the hardware in the inside. Thank you. You don't look at food as intelligence. You look at it as it's just food. Food, the word food stonewalls the information and data from you knowing the inner intelligence of what that so-called food source is. You understand? Watch how I stonewall it to you. What you eat is just food. What you eat is just food. What you eat is just food. Where's the inner intelligence of that? But pay attention. Don't pay attention to me telling you it's just food. Pay attention to how your mind accepts that it's only food. Setups. Don't get mad at the liar. Get mad at the one that accept the lie. Setups. That's how your mind moves. Someone can just be watching. Let me see. I just want to know how your mind move right here. Let me see. Let me tell you the truth right here. See, you got mad right here. Yeah, it's okay right here. Let me tell you the lie right here. See, your mind works for me right here and lies. Yeah, setups. Fuck wrong with you? That's based on how your mind wanna accept things. You understand? So if a woman says to me, "I don't want to listen to a man," no, she don't want to listen to the father. That's inside of him. Yeah, ain't got nothing to do with no man. Probably got everything to do with a soul. The solar intelligence is telling her, like, hold on, baby, we gonna have a baby? Like, yeah, pay attention to the setup, sir. So you can get caught up, sir. Data. Let me ask you a question real quick. Before you implant your soul, right, and sow a seed within her, right? Let me ask you a question real quick. Uh, what's the information and data that she receives? Tech. Now I was with this other girl the other day, right, and I understand that we was not be with each other that long. Show them the tech. You know what I do to girls every time? This is what I do to girls. I'll invite them somewhere, right? To a dinner, right? The average person in third dimension is like, oh wow, so you offer girls to dinner? That's not what I'm paying attention to, boy. This is what I'm paying attention to, boy. I want to know the inner intelligence of her inner self. Data. Make your order, baby. Whatever you want. I don't care. I'm paying attention to the chicken wings that she's ordering. Lets me know that the chicken is a dead intelligence. The chicken is not alive. Lets me know her consciousness, she's dead. How she not dead is she eat things that are of death. And you think that dead chicken doesn't have a ripple effect upon her consciousness and the baby's consciousness? Setups in your shit. I'm good. Have a nice one, baby. Rejecto. What? Rejecto. I'm that solid with myself to understand what a woman like setups in her shit. So she's eating a chicken that is dead. The technology of her mind doesn't even ring a bell that the intelligence of that chicken is dead. The intelligence is the information and data that's being downloaded towards the hardware of her vessel, now putting the technology of her mind in a mind statement of death. I'm good. You have a nice one, baby, with yourself. I know she probably looking at that phone like, damn, why he didn't call me and shit? Why he didn't call you right after a great dinner? Dinner, the inner. I'm done. Oh, use the third dimension like a screwdriver, baby. In order to pry the mind, baby. There you go. What she eating? Dead chickens? Yeah, I'm good, baby. Where that produce girl at? That be playing with the trees. Where you at, girl? She'll come to me. I ain't even gotta look for it, baby. Yeah, I know she hear me on the planet right now. Like, so you don't like those dead artificial girls? Hell nah, baby. I'm good, baby. Yeah, I'm good. Oh my God, look at the sun just shining down on me. Put that solar flare on her. Look at the solar. Just like you doing all that enlightenment, you keep on going. You damn right. I got us. You know what I'm talking about? Damn right. That's what I pay attention to with a woman right there. What type of intelligence you come from, baby? And no, you can do whatever you want. I ain't here to stop you and shit or make you better. I just want to know. Oh, you just want to know? Just want to know, baby. I'm gonna see right here, dial up speed right here. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna go out to eat. Sound good? Sounds good. Magic tricks on the motherfucking scene, blood. Right here. Let me see that. Let me see the intelligence of her inner mind. There you go. Dead chickens. Let me know the intelligence of that chicken is dead. That intelligence is being stored inside the hardware of the vessel, the mind frame of her mind. She forever should be in a dead mind state. For sure, won't she? I know. Shit is brazy, ain't it? Men too. Okay. Bro said, bro said, look at bro in the comment section. He said the setups. God damn. God damn. I did not see that one coming. I know. You got to set it up. You set it up right, they all come into play. You know what I'm talking about? Right there. So that's what I'll be paying attention to right here. Get to these data points. Right. I got to keep on rolling this footage out. The solar looks so beautiful though, don't it? I ain't even got to squint my eyes no more. See, that's what I be saying. Every time I look into the solar, it never hurts my eyes. Anytime I look into that synthetic light, I be like, oh, hell no, turn that shit off. Now put the shades on, bro. Hell yeah. Fuck going on? What's that? Like, oh, that's that synthetic lighting. Synthetic lighting? You telling me they got fake ass lights in this world? Yeah, baby. Hell yeah, they got fake ass lights. They got fake ass everything. Hell yeah, baby. Everything to make you fake. You accept it when you fake. You know that, right? You reject it when you real. What? Yeah. That's what they be trying to do. Mm. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So like I had said again, you know, I'll be talking about these AI computer generated babies. That's just what it is. A lot of people not gonna like that title, but it is what it is. This is what has to be talked about. It's just as much as when people say, "Oh, you know, there's crack babies on the earth." Nah, you're right. But can I ask you a question? Pay attention to the data and how your mind moves right here. If the mother intakes crack, right, and the crack is transferred from the hardware of the vessel of the mother, now transferred now to the umbilical cord, now downloaded inside the child, right, in order to make it a crackhead. Simple setups. Did the mother just make that baby into a crackhead? Setups. So you can agree with me on that. You have no choice but to agree with me on this. Watch the mechanics of the mind. Now, if the mother consumes, right, information and data that's artificial ingredients, the artificial ingredients is a artificial information source. It has nothing to do with produce. Okay. So if the mother is receiving that, now downloading the hardware of the vessel, the mother, now transfer through the umbilical cord, now downloaded inside the child. That's not an AI child? Oh no, that's just shut the fuck up. Trying to hear that human shit. Get the fuck off the land. Fucking lying. Oh, that's an AI baby, motherfucker. Now come here. What's this right here? It's called shut the fuck up and say it slow. It's called bioengineered foods. Yeah. Come here real quick. You ever heard of bioengineered weapons? Inside the Bible right there, boy. Yes? Okay then. So, can I ask you a question? How do you make a bioengineered weapon? Everyone is paying attention to the outside the bioengineered weapon. Right. The scary part. The eyeballs hanging out. This is big. Shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody paying attention to that shit. That's fucking magic tricks on the scene. It is. Because you're not paying attention to how it's created in the inside. Thank you. That's what you got to pay attention to. See, I pay attention to things that's created in the inside, creation. Yes, in order to know what the fuck creation it is. Setups. Get it? All right, now come here. Now watch this. Right now, you have things that they talk about that are bioengineered weapons inside of the Bible, right? Now you would simply say, this is what you would say. You'd be like, man, bioengineered weapons in modern day time is not real. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, let's make it real to a simple-minded motherfucker. Now come here. In order to make a bioengineered weapon, right, you need the information and data, okay? In order to install it, in order for the conscious to obey the information and data of bioengineered weapons setups. So can I ask you a question? Human being, fucking low tech as fuck. Now, let me ask you a question right here, right? You see these bioengineered foods? Step outside of the box that they put in your mind. You ready? Step outside of the box that they put in your mind. They told you that is what? Bioengineered foods. Your mind accepted that. My mind accepted bioengineered information and data that can be installed inside the hardware of your vessel and mind. Just as much as you make a bioengineered weapon. Okay? Yeah. Blood said they're not hearing you, twin. It's all good, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. People been consciously dead, so I ain't expecting them to hear me. All right, twin. I ain't expecting them to, bro. So, like I was saying before, I gotta get up out of here, right? I appreciate love the fact that y'all tuned in, right? Y'all want to see me again? I'm about to be consistent with this. I gotta myself been getting on me a little bit. I gotta we're gonna come back around like 12 a.m. tonight. Just always know you're gonna see me coming 12 a.m. You're gonna always gonna see me coming 12 a.m. All right. I be trying to hit the morning lives too. But I be understanding that a lot of people they be having things to do. I'm gonna still keep rolling them out because I understand that some of y'all definitely be here and y'all be listening. So I would say, um, for the ones that listen in the so-called morning, you know, I call it the early grand rising. That's what I call it. Yeah, early grand rising. This motherfucker reprogram. No morning shit. There we go. Early grand rising. Early. Got it? All right. Y'all come in. See, look at it like this. I'm gonna show you something. Say if you came in and got the upgrades or the downloads around 12 a.m. Right? For the ones that come in the morning, oh, stop saying that. For the ones that come in the early grand rising, my bad, right? Um, they'll be second to get it. Yeah, you midnight ones will get it first. So just understand that. So if you replay again, you understand like, nah, this is for the this for the second ones. Like, yeah, these are late birds. I'm done. Yeah, the so-called midnight ones, yeah, they get it first. No way, they gonna get it first, right there. Okay, so 12 a.m. You gonna see a notification hit your you gonna see the notification hit your electronic device, whatever device that you on, where you gonna see like a pre-live. There you go. Let you know like, okay, bro, about to be there. Yeah, he about to be there. He's setting it up. There we go. Right? So we're gonna be talking about more intelligence when it comes towards these, AI babies that we're creating. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is something that you can't search up on YouTube. This is something that you can't find. You just can't. So you got to understand, based on that type of source of information and data, this is something that was done but was never talked about. Thank you. Because it was supposed to be a secret. But how is the secret a secret if it's in front of us? Uh, bro, talking that shit, ain't he? Talking that shit. So what it is, 12 a.m. We're going. I keep telling you, it's chapters. Start up at 9:30. Um, it's chapters to this. That's not the whole. That's not even, bro. That's not even 25% of the cake, bro. That's probably about a good maybe 5 to 10. I say about 5. And if you think that part of the rabbit hole is deep, it get deeper than that. That's why I say I got to do chapters on this shit. I can't upload this whole shit. No, in one play, no, it's not gonna be worth it because what's gonna happen is if I overload, then I'm overloading their consciousness too. And then what happens is they're gonna be sitting there like, yo, bro, I remember you talking about this, but damn, I ain't catch this piece. It's all good. I'm just here to walk you through this motherfucker. Yeah, you can drink the water and shit. That's what you do. I'm just here to show you the water, okay? That's it. It's up to you to drink. Understand that? Red pill, blue pill, which one you want? You want the good night's sleep back in the third dimension? Or you want that red pill where you can see real clearly? Which one you want? Now I can give you both. No, I'm different. I give you both of them shits. Which one you want? You want to go to sleep for a little bit, go back to the matrix for a little bit, and then smack your ass with reality right here? That's the type of Morpheus you are. That's the type of Morpheus I am. You ain't gotta choose red or blue. I'm gonna load you with both. Okay? All right. That way you know both sides of that goddamn coin. Do you understand? All right. It's greener on the other side. Tell me about the other side that's not green. That way I can understand that way. When I cross on this side, why it's so much greener. Damn. What? Tell me about the things that's on this side of why the grass is not green. That way when I transfer to the next side, I can accept everything of why the grass is greener on this side. There you go. Eat that some shit. Motherfucker, like, give me all. Just show me everything. Show me. So, like I said again, this is the conversation. This is where it begins. I knew something was going on. I knew, but I just didn't know what it was. But then when it came back to me, I'm like, why am I going back to the womb? Why am I going? Look at the TV. Oh shit, the moon. Yes, you know that the moon is an AI computer generated consciousness. You know that. So, if the moon is that type of consciousness, why would don't we not even gonna get into that? That's you giving them chapter 2. Stop. Look how you see. You about to upload chapter 2. Slow it down. Let them digest chapter 1. There you go. God damn, I'm trying to tell you. No way. I had to stop it. Like slow. You overloading, baby. Yeah, don't overload that shit. Tell me a little bit about that shit. Let that shit diagnose right there. I mean, let them dissect that information. They picking it up. Now they can follow with you to the next chapter. You don't want to you don't want to overload their consciousness. That's what you don't want to do. I've been realizing I was doing that shit. And I'm like, that's why this shit, yeah, you overloading this shit. Stop doing that. Now you consume, but god damn, you consume a lot. Like I know. I keep telling you, when it comes to the truth, I'm an informational junkie. I'm gonna be real with you. When it comes to information and data, I'm a junkie when it comes to that shit. You be like, bro, what are you doing? Information and data? What the fuck are you on? I just like information and data. I like the knowing. I do. I'm addicted to that shit. That's nothing wrong with that. You addicted to knowing? Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a great addiction. Hell yeah. Everybody look at addictions as something as a downfall. Shit. A junkie when it comes to that truth, ain't it? God damn. Shit is paper. Someone said they want the pill maker. I'm done. We got Florida Life in here. That's a Seminole in front of you, bro. That's a Seminole in front of you, bro. Don't bust out the skins with the Seminoles. That's a Seminole. That's a Seminole in front of you, okay? All right, just want to let you know. Oh, speaking about Seminoles, just to throw some third dimensional shit in there that I'm just playing around with. Um, Anybody seen that supposedly Offset got shot? Anybody notice that? Now, what did I just do? Now, pay attention to the mind frame. The minute I said, "Oh yeah, right, y'all seen Offset get shot," notice that all the conversations, right, the information and data that was projected from the television is installed inside the mind frames. I know that. That's a conversation that I noticed in your mind. Damn. But the conversation that I was having before is not installed in your mind. That's why you can't comment on it. Damn. I'm just showing you your mind. What? Oh, don't get mad. I'm actually kind of hungry. You're hungry? Yeah, I want something to eat. Okay, come on. I'm about to get something to eat, bro. Uh, I let people know, right? When I'm in a party, let them know what I'm about to go do. Not asking for permission. Hell no. Just letting them inform them, letting them know, like, yo, I'm about to go do such and such real quick. All right. Let's see what they got in this small chucker. Let's see what they got in here, babies. Yeah. You have Apple Pay? You have Apple Pay? All right. Let me see what you got. Let me have the breakfast sandwich, the beef, bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah. You want that on toast or roll? Let me have it on toast. Anything else? That'd be it. Nothing to drink? $9.71. All right. Give me a second, y'all. Got to do the Apple Pay thing real quick. Bro said $10 for the egg sandwich? Yeah. Like, God damn, bro. I know. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. Look, right? A lot of people, they don't understand, like, how can I say in simple terms, right? I'm a Seminole, okay? I'm just visiting the state of New York. See what they're doing, whatever case may be. I could tell even with the energies, how people move, you could tell, like, something up, right? So what I noticed in New York State as a whole is that even the state of New York and New York City, they're facing the same consequences, okay? And so what's happening is that New York State as a whole thought like the federal government is always going to give us federal assistance. And what people didn't understand is if you give someone federal assistance, guess what happens? It keeps the technology of their mind of creating things for the people. That way the people can be self-sufficient. Thank you. See, red states, self-sufficiency play out real well for them in red states. In blue states, they don't really want to create a self-sufficient system. They want to create a system of everyone being dependent on a system. It's not going to work. So what happens is simply this, right? Federal aid gets pulled away from blue states as a whole, right? When that happens, or whatever the case may be, right? What happens is they're going to suffocate. And what do I mean by suffocate as in pay attention? If I snatch your food stamps away from you, right? What other source of income do you have, right, in order to generate food? You know what's going to happen? The technology of your mind is going to realize, like, okay, I have no food stamps. I have to create something in order to generate food for myself. Thank you. So what you're not understanding is the federal aid is to knock the technology of the minds into a mind state, right? of basically, how can I say in simple form? Um, we got to start creating for ourselves. We can't just depend on federal aid. Thank you. You got it? So the mind states that are blue are about to go red because what's going to happen is this. I'm sure what happens. It's a ripple effect. It's like, okay, snatch this piece away from them, and the piece that I'm talking about is the federal aid. Once you snatch the federal aid from them, right, guess what happens? The people are going to start looking at the mayor. The people are going to start looking at the governor. This is see, and when the people start looking at them, this is where the outlashing is going to happen. It's not going to happen on President Trump because they're looking at it like we get our resources from the mayor and the governor. What's up? And the mayor and governor is not. It's like, well, we don't have federal aid no more. And so, what are y'all going to do in order to support New York State as a whole? What are y'all going to do? And so what's starting to happen is New York State as a whole wants to apply certain taxes on the wealthy. You can try to do that, but the wealthy is very smart. The wealthy people that are in New York State, y'all are some beautiful people. Shout outs to all of y'all. All I want to say is that y'all making the best. Y'all making the most beautifulest moves I can ever see. I'm not a controlled mind state, so understand that I'm a Seminole. I don't control people. I can see that all the rich people that are there, rich people are moving out of the state of New York. New York State is losing wealth left and right. Blue states are getting whooped out like it's nothing. Do you know that they were talking about taking the stock exchange? Do you know what the stock exchange is in New York? Do you know that that brings in so much revenue for New York State? You know they think about changing it and sending it to either Dallas, Texas, or Florida. Do you know why that is? Because all the wealth is going between Florida, Sunshine State, baby, and we some high tech stars in Florida. We some high tech stars. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, like I was saying before, right? Texas too. I fuck with Texas. Now I fuck with Texas. I fuck with y'all. The Aztecs. Yeah, if you spell Texas backwards, it reveals Aztecs. How y'all doing? No way. Like I see y'all in there. I see y'all in there. I see y'all in there. Shout out to my Texans. I fuck with my Texans. Now I ain't gonna lie. I used to live in San Antonio, bro. What I'm gonna say about San Antonio is this: um, the Mexicans in the Mexicans that are in San Antonio, they different. Yeah, they different. Texas people as a whole, they're different. I like them though. I fuck with them. Yeah, I do. I really do. The main point is really like I like Houston. Don't get me wrong. I like San Antonio. I like Houston. I also visit Austin, Texas, which is the capital. That was pretty nice. But overall, I kind of fell in love with Houston. I did. I did. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of fell in love with Houston a little bit. I'm like, this what y'all got? Yeah. They're like, where you from? I'm from Florida. Oh, you right across the border. You all good. You a neighbor. You all good. You know how things move. Yeah, I already know. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, or whatever the case may be, I'm like, Texas, if the stock exchange move between Texas or Florida, right play. Ain't that right? Damn, everything coming back home, baby. God damn. Everything coming back home. Ain't that something? Goddamn stock. You know how much wealth that generates, bro? New York State as a whole, I guess New York State thought as a whole, like, oh, the wealthy people, they never gonna leave. Like, you gotta understand something about wealthy people that I understand, okay? One thing about wealthy people, when they start seeing their banking accounts going too much red, that's when they start reevaluating. Uh-huh. That's when they start reevaluating. They start reevaluating, like, hold on, real quick. So you telling me, right? The only way that y'all can raise money is by raising taxes between the poor and the rich. Yeah, nah, we're not. We out. And then you got to think, New York State can't control the rich. Like you can't forcibly keep the rich in New York State. You can't. So, just being honest, it looks like New York State, as the years go on, based on the technology of the minds and the mind states, the states that you are in is the state of mind that you're in. Okay, and so the mind state is really going to look like marksman, right? That's what it really looks like to me. Everybody got to follow one thing and one thing only. And within marksman, if you are a type of individual where you produce for yourself over $1 million, you got to be taxed way more. No, hell. So I got to be taxed more because my mind brings me more success. Yeah, hell no. Fuck out of here. That's why I'm not with none of that shit. I know I'm about to become rich. If I'm saying this shit right now, I already know I'm rich, bro. I already know I am. I'm just walking through this whole life in order to acquire it. That's it. But I remember I used to be like, yeah, the rich people should pay more. Hell no, they shouldn't. Hell no. Shit. Hell no. Now I understand. I get it. I was dumb for saying that. Yeah. At least I'm that self-real with myself to understand like that was a dumbass comment. Right. You want people that are smart. Not because of the word rich. No, because their minds are smarter and can produce more for themselves. You want to charge them more? No, that's dumb. You shouldn't do that. The people that become smarter shouldn't be taxed more. So we're supposed to crucify people financially because their mind became smarter? That doesn't make sense. Fuck out of here. That doesn't make sense. You're going to tax the rich more because of the simple fact they can present more and produce more. Well, hold on, stop. Let's go with that perspective. If the people that are so-called poor stop with the mind state of poor and start and start ingraining information and data that upgrades the technology of the mind to produce more, then they wouldn't remain poor. Ain't no fucking thing called you're poor and you just stuck like that based on who? What, the generations before you? No, 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 no. Let me show you what the mind. The generations before you did not install intelligence. Let me show you the data. Go to the generations before you and ask them, do you know how to make money in the stock market? They're going to tell you either yes or no. Let's go with the popular answer of no, right? Now, let me ask you a question. If these generations did not install the information and data of knowing, right, in the hardware of their minds, in order to know how the stock market operates, right, and then you are a generation after them, and you just start doing it, doesn't that not make you more intelligent than them? And so, being that you gain intelligence, you should lose more money because you know how the stock market moves? No. People remain poor because you make the technology of your mind poor. Thank you. If you install information and data that your mind is holding, and the information and data is not intelligence, then of course your mind and the mind statement of your mind is going to remain poor. It has nothing to do with your color. Fuck wrong with you? Oh, because they redlined and they did such and such. And this is that and the third ain't got nothing to do with that. It don't. That's it. That's the setup right there. That's the setup, ain't it? Talking that shit. Uh-huh. That's intelligent shit right there. That perspective is brilliant. You're like, hold on. You gonna pay attention to the data. Watch. What's the movie called? Soul Food. I'm done. You gonna pay attention to the generations that's gonna get their legs cut off again? I'm done. Just sit up in front of you. You wanna follow grandma? Follow grandma. Legs get cut off right the fuck here. That shows you like, yeah, you need to pay attention to the generations before you because they're showing you like, don't follow us. Yeah, don't follow us. You're gonna follow granny till her legs get cut off, and then then their legs get cut off. No, that means you need to stop following that shit. Real shit. Stop following that. I can see y'all up in here. I already be knowing. I can look in the eye frames and see the demons in people. You be like, no way, especially these two women right here. Me? You said turkey? You said turkey? Nah. Yeah. Thank you. Yep, I'm definitely here. Y'all can watch while I'm here too. I'm here to fuck this whole shit up. That way you know. They got their message today. Transfer that to the moon right there. I'm that good. Come in your shit. Let your shit know. I already know you watching, girl. A projection from the moon. I already know you watching, girl. I already know. I'm just gonna go up to your screen and let you know. There you go. Like I don't see them demons watching it. Damn. What? Shining out here. We good late. But listen though, right? Older gens need to catch up. It's a new sun rotation. You know what I'm talking about? More importantly, right? I gotta get up out of here. Right? Appreciate love that everyone that came to the live. Listen before you head out. Right? Make sure that you hit make sure that you hit your notification button, your subscriber, all that, whatever the case may be. That way you can get the notifications when they roll out around 12 a.m. All right? I'll be back at 12 a.m. You got it? No. Not 12 p.m. 12 a.m., baby. The early grand rising, baby, that you think is nighttime. You got it? All right. With that being said, this is your ancestor, General Y God, signing over and out. With that being said, y'all have yourself a galactic one.